The mat slammed against Sarah Thompson's back, stealing her breath as laughter erupted around her. The sleek Pinnacle Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Boston, all polished wood and mirrored walls, had gone silent moments before when Coach Ryan Mitchell, his black belt knotted tight, swept her legs in a demonstration gone wrong. "Ladies like you belong in spin class, not here," he sneered, his voice dripping with disdain. His students snickered, phones flashing as they recorded her sprawl. No one noticed the calluses on her hands, toughened by years of grit, or the steel in her eyes as she stood. A glint of a military dog tag peeked from her GI, unnoticed by Ryan, who taunted, "Some folks need to learn their place." He had no idea he'd just lit a fuse. Sarah lived in Dorchester, Boston's rough-and-tumble heart, in a faded brick walk-up on Adams Street. Her third-floor apartment was bare. A thrift store couch, a wobbly table, a shelf stuffed with medical journals and war histories. A photo of her dad in marine dress blues and a shadow box with his medals now. Hers are the only hints of her past. Thin walls led in the neighbor's TV drone, a hum that dulled the nightmares from her marine days. At 4:30 a.m., old habits kicked in. She brewed black coffee, watching the city wake from her window. By 6 o'clock, she was at the Veterans Wellness Center in Roxbury, a physical therapist whose quiet skill earned trust. Her colleagues didn't know her 8 years as a Marine combat instructor, cut short by an IED in Kabul that left shrapnel in her shoulder and a medical discharge she fought tooth and nail. The scar she traced under stress had faded, but the wounds inside hadn't. Her marriage to the VYD crumbled when CIVY Lien life didn't fit. "You're still a soldier, not a wife," he'd said, walking out a year ago. After the divorce, Sarah joined Pinnacle, chasing the healing power of martial arts that veterans swore by. The Academy, a glossy Back Bay warehouse, catered to Boston's elite with fees that stretched her budget thin. Ryan, a former MMA fighter with a regional title and an ego to match, ran it like his personal kingdom. His black belt was his crown, and he demanded worship. When Sarah asked about classes, he sized up her plain frame and scoffed. "We've got women, but this isn't Pilates." She nodded, paid, and slipped into beginner sessions 3 nights a week. For months, she kept her head down, Ari VYing early, Leah VYing fast, absorbing techniques with a soldier's precision. Her body, shaped by combat training, ate up leverage and balance. Leah VYing no VYCS in the dust. She hid her skill, preferring to be in VY Cybele, but her knack caught eyes, especially Ryan's, and not in a good way. The humiliation on the mat wasn't random. It had been brewing. Ryan first noticed her fixing a partner's form. "Think you're the coach, Thompson," he barked, silencing the room. Sarah apologized, but her quiet competence threatened his throne. He bided his time, and the moment came in an advanced class she just joined. Called up to demonstrate a defense, she faced not a lesson, but a trap. Ryan's leg sweep was VY Sias, dropping her hard. "This is why women don't belong," he crowed as laughter rang. Sarah rose, tucking her dog tags, her voice steady. "Thank you, sir," she said, bowing, her eyes hiding a fire. Ryan smirked. "Some just don't have it." A smug student, Jenna Brooks, whispered, "Soccer moms shouldn't play tough." Sarah finished class, her moves flawless despite the whispers. Ryan benched her for sparring. "Watch and learn, Thompson." She studied, cataloging every fighter's weaknesses. After class, he tossed her a spray bottle and towel. "Clean the mats, since you're useless on them." Alone, she scrubbed, unfazed by the work, but stung by the intent. Victor Hayes, Pinnacle's owner, watched from his office. A sharp businessman in his 50s, his walls flaunted photos with MMA stars. "Thompson," a word he called. In his office, she stood at ease as he leaned back. "Ryan's worried about your fit. Pinnacle's about excellence, not participation trophies." His pause begged a reaction. She gave none. "We've got women's beginner classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, more your speed." It was a push-out, not a suggestion. "I've paid for advance, sir," she replied. His eyes narrowed. "There's a new doula 60 monthly fee for advanced students." A clear price out, but she nodded. "Next month's payment." Surprised, He slid over a waiver for promotional media, likely including her fall. She signed without flinching. The next week, the ostracism got uglier. Printouts of her takedown plastered the bulletin board, labeled technique fail. Classmates shunned her for drills. "We need someone who can keep up," one sneered. Her gym bag ended up by the locker room toilet. Ryan used her as a punching bag for critiques, twisting her shoulder in forced holds while tearing apart her form. He mocked her to new members. "Some never get it, but we take all levels." At an open mat at another gym, whispers followed. "She's the Pinnacle wannabe." No one paired with her. At a coffee shop, Pinnacle students mocked her at the bar, unaware she overheard. "Jenna says she's why women stick to yoga." They froze, embarrassed, but didn't apologize. The barista slipped her a free shot. "Ignore the jerks." Her humiliation spread. The VYD texted, "Saw your VY Deo. You never quit. Always pro VYing something." "That's why I left." She deleted it. At work, colleagues eyed her oddly. A patient switched therapists after seeing the clip, citing poor judgment. Her landlord snapped, "No VY Olin stuff here. Kids live here," spotting her drilling in the courtyard. The doula 60 fee forced extra shifts, slashing her budget to ramen and rent. Yet Sarah kept going, showing up at Pinnacle with marine resolve, each slight fueling her. At home, she pushed furniture aside for solo drills. Twice a week, she trained secretly at a Dorchester community center with Gunnery Sergeant Jamal Carter, a Marine instructor who'd spotted her at the VA. "You're wasted as a student, Thompson," he said. Under him, she soared past Pinnacle's curriculum, mastering moves Ryan fumbled. "Being underestimated is power," Carter ad VY said. "Choose your moment." That moment came at the New England Jiu-Jitsu Open, a regional showdown where Pinnacle always flexed its muscle. Ryan, gunning for black belt honors, refused to promote Sarah past white belt. She entered the women's blue belt DVY Shaun anyway, registering through Pinnacle. Ryan cornered her publicly. "You'll embarrass us, Thompson." "You're not ready." She held firm. "I want to test myself, sir." Too late to pull her. He fumed. The fee was paid. The rules locked. Tournament day was frigid. Sarah gripped her dad's dog tags, a staff sergeant who'd served 20 years and died of cancer before her injury. "Mission, not noise," he'd preached. At the convention center, Pinnacle's team shunned her. Jenna smirked. "Serious competitors only." Sarah warmed up alone, catching Carter's nod across the hall. Her blue belt matches were set for afternoon, so she studied others. Pinnacle's men, coached loudly by Ryan, advanced. Jenna, a purple belt, won her first bout but crashed out in the semis, sobbing as Ryan consoled her. Then, a bombshell. Due to a withdrawal, a men's black belt slot opened. "Sarah Thompson, report to registration." Pinnacle's team gaped. Ryan charged the officials. "Leave VYD. She's a white belt. This is a mistake." The director, a grizzled martial artist, checked her screen. "Ms. Thompson qualifies as an alternate, vetted by Gunnery Sergeant Jamal Carter." Carter stepped up. Staff Sergeant Thompson was a top Marine combat instructor. "She's qualified." Shock rippled. Ryan's team saw her calluses, her poise, in a new light. "She's never shown black belt skill." Ryan raged. The director snapped. "Verification's done. She competes, or we move on." Cornered, Ryan relented. "Let her crash." The director added, "You're her first opponent, Mr. Mitchell." Ryan paled, trapped by his own tantrum. The match drew a crowd, the air electric. Sarah shed her jacket, revealing arms carved by battle. Pinnacle students gasped. Ryan's bravado flickered as they bowed. The whistle blew. He lunged, grabbing her collar. Sarah, calm as a sniper, read his rhythm, then flowed into a sleeve drag, slipping to an armguard. In 14 seconds, she locked his arm in a flawless armbar. Ryan tapped frantically, stunned. The crowd went silent. 14 seconds, someone shouted. Ryan stormed off, skipping the handshake. Sarah bowed respectfully. Carter shook her hand. "Your dad'll be proud." Jenna stared, scorn fading. Sarah advanced, but fell in the semis to a world-class foe. Her skill was undeniable. The footage, especially that 14-second armbar, went viral. Outrage poured in as reports of Ryan's bullying flooded officials. Victor, image-conscious, issued a statement. We're reviewing to ensure respect. Privately, he feared membership losses. Ryan was suspended, a PR move. That night, Victor cornered Sarah. We misjudged you. Teach women self-defense. Marine stories are gold. She declined. I'm moving on. She quit, demanding a refund. Victor complied, dodging more bad press. Sarah launched a martial arts therapy program at the Wellness Center, blending Jiu-Jitsu with trauma recovery. Veterans flocked. A waiting list grew. 2 women with PTSD joined, one saying, "You get us." Ryan's bid to discredit her backfired. Ex-students exposed his misogyny, tanking his career. Months later, at the coffee shop, he confronted her. You hid who you were. She met his glare. You never asked. Jenna apologized, volunteering for Sarah's classes, later studying therapy. Victor offered a head instructor role. Sarah pushed for fair policies instead. Her program expanded to 3 sites, backed by VA grants. Carter joined as a co-instructor, their styles meshing. Sarah's dog tags, now worn openly, symbolized her legacy. Her 14-second triumph became legend, though she stressed preparation over flash. At her dad's grave, she left a photo of her students. An old Marine, her dad's comrade, praised her quiet strength. Sarah's mission serve VYC, not noise, honored him, pro-VYing real power lies in resilience, not bravado. What do you think? Did Sarah play it too safe by hiding her skills? Or was her quiet strategy pure genius? Should she have exposed Ryan sooner? Or was the tournament takedown the ultimate payback? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.